Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Philippa James. I'm a photographer and I teach the students at Motherhood. This is the Motherhood in 12 months, which is a monthly challenge that I set for the students who have been on my Motherhood workshop, a place where we empower women and use their creativity through photography. This month's challenge was Red, and to chat with me about the submissions is Hannah Pye. Woo, welcome.
Hello.
So me and Hannah met, don't know, quite a few years ago. Hannah landed in Oxford from Australia, and we worked together on a style shoot, which was a lot of fun. And I would work with you any day. I loved it. So I wondered if you could just introduce yourself and just tell us a bit about you and your photography and what you're up to.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Hannah. I am a freelance photographer. I did grow up in the UK. My partner's actually Australian, and we have spent many years in Melbourne. And I've actually just moved back from Oxford to New South Wales, where we're living on the coast. Yeah. So I guess I found my love for photography in probably film back in school days, and then kind of reconnected with it when I was working in Asia and photographing social enterprises and nonprofits there. And since then, I think that's probably my passion is working with sustainable businesses and ethical brands. But I also love working, I guess, more personal projects out in nature and reconnecting with the land. And now that I'm here, I'd love to be shooting more sort of regenerative farm work potentially, or going down that route. I'm not sure. It's all a bit up in the air at the moment, still fresh off the boat, but yeah, looking forward to seeing the next step is, and good to be on board with you, Philippa, again. Missing you.
Oh, missing you too so much. So can you just tell, because before we came on, we talked about, you did just a mini project in your lockdown before you were allowed in Australia, which I love. Can you just share your Instagram handle? Because that's where most of your images are posted. Is that right, from that project?
That's right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So the project was, I think I called it Quarantine, a visual diary of a hotel quarantine. And the Instagram handle is hello_Han with a double N at the end.
Right, okay.
And yeah, that's where I share most of my work. And go on.
Did you photograph every day? Wasn't that it? Like you were doing day 1, day 2 of quarantine and stuff?
Yeah, I did. I don't think I posted all 14 days, but I did. I do have a collection sort of off grid, which I haven't shared yet, that I would love to share. I think you may have seen some more private images. Maybe some more scandally clad.
But I think you because you shared them with the Arts Lab thing, didn't you? Oh my God! Seriously, you should. I love them so much, like so much. So yeah, be brave, get them out there.
Be brave, yeah. That's yeah. I do love that body of work, and I think something that, as you said, maybe needs to be shared. I don't know.
We should. So actually, the Motherhooders did an online exhibition last year, which was very successful, called Isolation. And I'm not sure if you remember, but it got picked up by the BBC, and one of the students, her work has gone off with the National Gallery. Like it was just
amazing.
So the Motherhooders will be very interested in seeing your work on that.
Oh, fab. Oh, good.
Right. So we are here today to talk about Red. I'm just going to go to the beginning. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Can you see like the Motherhood workshop? May is red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Perfect. And I can still see your face. There you are.
I know. This is the new. Yeah, I can't see you though, but never mind. We can work this out. So this was my image. So every month I set the challenge, and it's something usually that I want to possibly experiment with as well, because obviously I'm starting to become more of an artist rather than just a wedding photographer. I don't mean to say just a wedding photographer. And so I want to use this as an opportunity for me to experiment as well. So for me, I'm very much experimenting with working with people and portraiture and models and real people. They're not just like models kind of thing. So this was an opportunity for me to direct and play and work with colour schemes, which was red and green, playing with composition. So we did shoot a lot, and it was her standing in a field, and it looked slightly cliched. But what was really interesting is then we I just pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. And then I got her doing all different things, and then dancing, and then moving really fast. And so, yeah, and that's how we ended up with this image. And then as her hair was going crazy, I much prefer that than like a pose. So even though it's, it started off as a bit more fashiony, I guess, which isn't me and isn't what I liked, then we developed and just played and came up with this shot. So that's mine. And now we're going to go on to the others and discuss the others. Okay, so number 1, Josie Cope.
I like this one.
Yeah, me too.
I especially like the green kind of frames the whole image. So you almost brought in with the eyes there into the main feature, which is this lovely little boy doing his mowing of the bricks by the looks of it, maybe.
Yeah. I really like
real struggle.
Real struggle. So it's a very documentary photograph, which I love. And you know more about the colour wheel. So I'm just learning about the colour wheel. And I had a meeting last night with lots of other photographers, and we talked a lot about it. So it's green and red opposite.
They are, yeah, green and red are opposite. And then you've kind of got, the primary colours, the blue and the red and the yellow. More about it later, but the red and the green really do contrast each other. So putting them together in a photo is lovely. And if you see any of those Wes Anderson movies, you'll often see, once you start digging into the colour theory, you just see it everywhere. I feel like that, especially in high production, like The Crown and the big Netflix series is now. It's just, once you see them, you can't unsee the colour patterns. It's really interesting.
Oh wow. Well, this is one of the reasons I wanted you to kind of look at this project, because of colour theory. When I was doing mine, as I was doing it and learning more about colour theory, that's when I was like, that's why green and red, that's why it's working so well. Kind of.
Yeah.
But
often you don't
doing. Sorry, Hannah.
No, I was just going to say, often you don't realise why you're drawn to a photo until you really dig deeper and realise that it actually is the colours that complement each other so well. And it looks almost like, I don't know how much editing there's been in this photo and post-ed, but almost like there aren't any other strong colours apart from the green and the red, which is really interesting. And I actually think that's a good thing, that like really brings out the colours that complement each other.
It's almost like everything else has been muted. And also just the fact that his earphone, or what they call sound meters or whatever, it really brings it together.
Yeah, totally. I completely agree. And his little red cheeks.
Really
going for it.
Done. Really good shot, like really impressed. A lovely documentary, like he's not posing, like I really like it. Works really well.
Yeah, very organic. Okay,
Katie Craddock.
Yes, I can empathise with this, but I've actually been on a farm all day today. So when I saw this, I thought, it's like being back at the farm.
Now we're doing it red and green.
Red and green, yes. And I actually love, it's hard. I mean, they say don't work with kids and animals. The chickens must be especially hard to get to do what you want them to do. But that's quite beautiful composition, I think, those two main chickens.
Yeah, I totally agree.
One down and one up. And also how the light falls on his, what are those things called?
What? Sorry, you cut out there.
Sorry, what, the quiff? Like the little...
I can't remember.
I should know, but I do not know.
On a farm.
I will scrub up on my chicken anatomy, sure, for next time.
And I feel like challenging shot because it's in the sunlight, and sunlight is quite ugly to photograph. But she's managed to nail it quite well. Like the face of the chickens, like clear. Any distraction all the other chickens that are maybe distracted are more like in the shade kind of thing. So,
Mm.
and that red really pops out.
I agree, and I really struggle to take photos in the middle of the day as well, and often I find that you lose some of the detail in the shadows. But I actually think that she hasn't done that in this. You can still see all of the detail there in the darker bits of the photo, where the chickens touching the grass and the back tail of the is it? Yeah, I think that's quite beautiful. Feathers. I'm moving in now. That's lovely.
Yeah, Katie, it's really well exposed, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but yeah, quite a difficult shot to nail exposure with, definitely.
I suppose if you wanted to experiment a bit more, if they are your chickens, then you could go out at sunrise or sunset to get that golden hour light.
I think that's actually a really good idea, because as much as this is challenging and you've got it, I think it could be more beautiful with better light, or more softer light, I think is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Anna.
Yes. I had to think about this one a minute, because I was thinking, I actually thought it was something medical. That was where my head went at first. And then I realised it's a camping stove fuel thing, isn't it? And then I thought,
No.
Is it a...
Oh, right.
No. Is it not? I thought it was a fuel thing.
No, I think it's... Oh, God, you might be right. I think it's... I might be completely wrong. Isn't it a pumping up tyres or something? A bike pump?
Oh, is it? Yeah. I thought it was a camping stove.
It looks a bit like that.
Thing, and I thought maybe that's how they made the tea and they're on holiday. Anna, are you with your family there? Like, I was thinking, where is this image taking us? Where are we? Well, but I do, I love a flat lay.
I know.
I love a top-down photo. So
yeah,
I do.
Yeah, and the way that she's like positioned them in the shadow of her. Well, I'm assuming it's her body.
Mm. Yeah, I was wondering that. I was thinking, is that like a part of her dress there, or skirt maybe, that's coming from the bottom? And it's actually really well balanced. Sorry, Philippa, help me out here. What was this? Oh, you can't see me. Sorry, I'm doing a thing for you. You can't see me. It's well balanced. It's not slanted. It's the opposite of slanted. It's like perfectly. It's along the top there. I can see.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's not completely. Oh, it's not completely straight. You mean, or like this way?
No, it's straight. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's like it's very straight along the top.
It's really, it is really good, and actually quite difficult to get, like that flat lay, kind of that composition right. I thought it was medical as well, but what I like about this, I feel like it belongs to a series. I'm sure it works as a photo on its own, because but I definitely feel like it belongs to a series of building up a story or a documentation of something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, really good. Well done, Hannah. Sorry, did I cut you off, Hannah?
No, you go for it.
Emily,
yes. I like this one. I felt like it was almost I don't know if I would name this right, but it's like an analog filter. It's like an old school filter. So it's changed the photo, but you can still see reality in the corners, but it's just changed your whole perception of the portrait, really. And it's quite beautiful. And I love her expression.
Yeah.
That's really quite contemplative almost. It's not quite a smile, but it's just, I like that portrait a lot.
So I'm working a lot at the moment, obviously with the show and stuff, working with models, subjects, and this expression that Emily's captured is, for me, like what I'd call like a magic moment, where you want to see someone's like inner self, or like most relaxed, or most kind of, she's aware of the camera, but she's not showing her exterior self. She's just, maybe she's listening to Emily directing her by saying, "Oh, can you just hold it like this, hold it like that?" Whatever she's doing, she's not focused on being photographed, which then you drop that guard and you get such wonderful results like this. So Emily, really good work.
Yeah, I really like that too. I wonder if there is an element, because she's holding it up, she thinks that she can't be seen behind.
Yeah.
And for that reason, she's pulling like the most natural expression. And I often find I can never get those expressions from people. As soon as you take the camera out, you know, as soon as you want to take a photo, you're like, just hold that right there. And then you get the camera out and it's gone. You can't, it's very frustrating, but that's beautiful. I think,
I think that's she's not pulling an expression. She's I worked on the wedding on Friday, and the father of the bride was brilliant, because every time I picked up the camera, he'd go like this. He'd go like this, and he'd go like relax. So I ended up photographing him like this, because I was like, his natural reaction was just lovely. Do you know what I mean? But he kept that's to the extreme, obviously.
Not very candid.
Well done, Emily, lovely.
Well done, Emily. Yeah.
Belen.
Oh yeah, Belen. So I immediately actually thought of the colour wheel when I saw this, because the red, the blue, and the yellow. I really like this image, and it takes me to like Italy, or you know, some European town, which I'm sure I'm thinking maybe it can't be if it was taken in the last month. But yeah, I do think it's a really beautiful image, and I think the red works really well at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's striking. So Belen she only came on the workshop not so long ago, but she's really nailed composition, and I just think this is a classic Belen shot. The fact that we've got these blocks of colour is so graphic, and so you know, it definitely fills the brief. It's just such a pleasing shot. It could definitely just be a postcard, you know, like quite indie alternative postcard to a city.
Totally. I think you could put that in a nice matted frame and it would sit so nicely on a wall, you know, take you away. Yeah,
well done, Belen. Really good. Tanya.
Oh yeah, this made me think of restrictions being eased. This made me think of going to the cinema and going to the theatre, and I think actually the red works so well. I don't think we mentioned it at the beginning. I remember going to a photography class, and I actually was told to avoid red in a photograph, and because apparently your eyes are naturally drawn to the red part of any image. So if you had, you know, a group of people in a photo and somebody was wearing a red jumper, he or she would be drawn to first. That's where your eyes go. But I actually think, and this is why this is such an interesting project, this works so well, because that red represents so much. The red of the thing. What is that? What do you call that?
Well, it's like, I don't know, God. Yeah, but we're open. It's down.
You're open. Yeah, and I think it's so representative of the struggles of the last year. And I think, I actually think it's brilliant that it's in red. I think it's beautiful symbolism. Yeah,
I do. I think it captures so much. Actually, Tanya, I think Tanya should send this to some competitions, especially documenting where we are now. Is definitely of its time. I think this is the amount of story you've captured in this one photo. It's filled. And then if you look closer, I think it's a hairdresser's. You know, it's where, but it doesn't even matter. Just that headline and that door open.
There's actually somebody's hand there on the door holding it open as well. I think it's a hand. It looks like a hand. And I just think that's so lovely.
There's
like humans in there. You can see people there. And you can see them.
She's chopped it off a little bit, but the, sanitizing your hands.
Yeah.
But all of those details are only if you look closer, which is nice. The main thing you see is this red line. We are open. That the world is opening up, kind of thing. It's fantastic. It's such a strong image.
And I think this is the type of thing as well that I definitely don't do it enough, but these are the things that I think should be documented in as, like, you know, just as days go by and weeks and then months and then years, and you look back on this and it actually symbolizes so much.
I know.
You could have walked past that and just thought,
quite often I think it depends what kind of photographer you are, because I think I would love to just walk the streets and capture stuff like but it's not my go-to. Like, you know, like quite a few people are starting to do a lot more documentary. We did have a challenge documentary, so you know we have started looking outside of our kind of homes, kind of thing. But right now it's not where I am. But I love it and I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, and even as, you know, an archival thing, when you look back at old photos, and so often they're just, you know, nothing moments at the time, and suddenly they mean so much. And I think, yeah, this is like that, really.
It is. This is definitely one of the. I remember, you know, billboards advertising cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
I remember I lived in Hackney. I was like, I must photograph that because it was just before they were all going to be banned, and I didn't because, you know, I was busy, blah blah blah. But it's like, it's so important just to document these things. You know, you've got a nice composition, a nice frame, a color red, boom, you've got it. You've captured that. That's forever now, this picture.
That's it. And there you go. It plays right back into the motherhood workshop. That's what you're all about, isn't it? Just like capture the moment before it's gone.
Yeah. Well done, Tanya. Really impressed. Nicola, yes.
Philippa, I actually thought of you when I saw this photo. I thought it's very, I love the documentary style. I love the kid blowing up the balloon. I think that I really like the dark shadows, and I like the fact that it's almost like a party for one, probably maybe in lockdown. I don't know, you don't know, but after a very indoorsy kind of year, I thought this was very good, very good.
Yeah, I really like it. I love the balloon hiding the face. You know,
I like that. And sorry, go on.
No, go.
No, I was going to say, I didn't get to say about your image, but this one is I like it the same. I really do like in photos when you can't see the face, because I think that anonymity, you can create that in your mind, and it's almost, you know, the viewer is the one creating who's behind the balloon, for example. And I think that there's something really lovely about anonymous portraits. Yeah.
The only one thing, Nicola, I would say, and she probably knows this already, the 6, I think, either should be on that little table down there where there's a black space, or should be taken out of the frame. It's just it's kind of competing with the red balloon at the big, you know, in front of her face. That is the only my gripe, and it might not bother you, but that would, for me, they're in competition with each other.
And can I just say, Nicola, if this is your house, I love that colour wall. That is just, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Great for photos too.
Exactly. Light faces on there. Okay, well done, Nick.
Well done,
Lucy.
Lucy, this reminded me a little bit of Martin Parr's work.
That's exactly what I said. I was like,
is it? Yeah.
Eat your heart out.
Yeah, it's so British. I love it.
I know Lucy's a fan of Martin Parr as well. So.
Really? Oh, Lucy. Well, there you go. Well done. I think you've nailed that, and it's just so. I mean, you can tell it's obviously a family meal, at least, or, you know, a group of people, and that's lovely too. You know, it's not a meal for one, as I'm sure many people have been suffering through. I think it's just lovely, a meal out, isn't it? I
wouldn't call it a lovely meal out.
Speak for yourself. That would do me. That.
Totally. But I wouldn't describe this as a scene, a lovely meal out.
I mean, a meal out in like literally outside. Then
I love it. Yes, that's true. I love it. I love it because it's real. It's raw. It's it's Martin Parr. It's everything I love about Martin Parr in one photo. So all I can say is, Lucy, I love you for taking this photograph, for being Martin Parr, because I've always wanted to be a Martin Parr. You've nailed it here. So all I can do is thank you.
You do love Martin Parr, don't you, P? I know you. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. But I don't photograph like him at all. But I really appreciate it. And when I photograph weddings, I try and get one Martin Parr shot. That's like my little game I play with myself.
So good.
Yeah,
I really like that. And I mean, you know, like Martin Parr, it's just honest. It's very, and it's something that you wouldn't necessarily photograph. when you're thinking about taking photos. I like that, again, I like that there's no faces in there, but there's a couple of hands, and that's very, very honest. And yeah, I really do like it.
Great, well done, Lucy. Okay, Louise.
Louise, oh yes. Oh, I actually love coloured. I assume it's a garage, but I'm a real sucker for a coloured garage. I think they offer really lovely backdrops. And the red is strong. And she looks very contemplative. She almost looks like there's something off camera that she wants to go and investigate.
Yeah, yeah. No,
The moss as well is quite dark green, which also works well with the red.
Now we've learned about green and reds. Thank you for that.
And a little bit of yellow in there, which also works.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Yeah, it's an interesting composition. I mean, she's cut it right in the middle. I perhaps would have put that line more on the lower third, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Just to balance it out a bit.
Yeah, that's true. And to have more space way up above can actually look quite lovely if she like make her seem a lot smaller.
Yeah, and it's not saying that it doesn't work. It's just yeah, I'm not sure. I just feel naturally, yeah, the camera is doing this, and it just should do that a bit more, kind of thing. But Louise is a bit like Belen. Like she's she's very the way her mind works. It's, you know, like looking at lines and composition all the time. So
yeah,
well,
I do that.
Lovely, well done, Louise. Sophie,
oh yeah, this one spooked me a little bit.
Me too.
I love the oh no, why can't I think of the
infrared?
I was going to say the dark corners.
Oh,
the vignetting.
Vignette, yeah.
Yeah, I do love a vignette, and I think that works well to sort of anchor the subject. And she looks quite scary.
Yeah.
I'm actually wondering if this is similar to the clipboard, if this is something that's gone over the lens while she shot the image, opposed to doing something in post. I actually wonder, you know, like a sweet wrapper or
yeah. And how interesting, like, so I love this photo. I just think it's such it's like a film. There's story there. I want to know what's going on. And if that red filter wasn't on it, it would be a completely different image. It would be
right.
Possibly quite cute. Do you know what I mean? And just by using this red filter with, as you said, the vignette, and it's just added this real spooky, like, it's almost like horror film kind of.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But it's really interesting. It's like taking me to a whole new dimension. Like, it's, I'm a big fan of this one, Sophie.
Yeah, I want to know what she was doing in that bush.
I know.
Climbing out of the bush.
Planning about a murderer.
Yeah, brilliant. Very fun. I like that.
Cassandra.
Oh, Cassandra. Yeah. Oh, I do love a good tomato.
Ooh.
I was trying to work out if that's a mirror or if that's just an incredibly clean counter.
Well,
when I first saw that, I thought,
love to hear it's an incredibly clean counter. I have no idea what it is, but it's great. Yeah. It's so good.
It is great. I'm a sucker for a vegetable as well. Or sorry, is it technically a fruit?
Oh yeah,
is that what it's tomato is?
Yeah. And the way she sorry, go on.
No, go on.
She's focused on, you know, the real tomato, not the reflection, which I like. I'm wondering if like a darker background would have made the red stand out more.
I don't know. I quite like the white. I love the shapes, you know, it's like little diamond shapes. I love that shines through between the tomatoes, and it's almost, if you look right into the diamonds, it's like you don't even know that you're looking at tomatoes. I quite enjoy it.
Oh my God, yeah, you're so right. Now I'm looking at patterns, not tomatoes.
Yeah, and I think that's really lovely. I wonder if actually that rogue tomato up at the top there, if that came away, if it would look more like, you know, one of those psychedelic pans. Although actually, no, that's a nice addition. I like it's real.
And one other thing I would say, Cassandra, just to take it to the next level, and I am picking here, is if you would have sprayed them with some water.
Yeah.
Oh, juicy tomato, just to kind of add value. But I am being pernickety down.
Oh, the food photography world are full of little hacks like that. What do they use on? Is it like it's sweet water to make it look shiny and stay shiny?
Yeah, so you've done a lot more food. I've only done a couple, and I did some research, and food photography is a whole new world. It's like nothing's edible by the end because it's had so much sprayed on it and stuff.
Hot tip, if you want to make something look like it's steaming, I haven't done this, but a friend was telling me about it. They dip tampons in hot water and then lay them behind whatever it is that they're serving, and then that's what creates the steam.
Oh my God, maybe that's the next challenge. Steam.
It's the next steam. Yeah.
Love it. Well done, Sandra. Elisa.
Elisa, I love this image so much. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the rain. I think that's a really lovely touch, and I love the little yellow shoe that pokes through the railings there. Yeah.
And I'm really noticing the colour theory now: blue, yellow, red.
Yes. Yeah. And I was actually going to say that it's almost like a teal colour all the way through, isn't it? Apart from the outfit and the subject. I think that's really lovely.
And again, just going back, really nice composition, really straight lines, and you've got like blocks, the rain, then that's that bit there, and then the child's. I just really like the sections in this. I think it's composed really nicely.
And I also like that it's backwards almost. So I mean, you could turn it the other way up, but I actually think it's cleverer to have it upside down. I think I really like that it's looking at it from this perspective rather than tipping it so that the face is the right way up. I like looking upside down. Yeah. Well done. I really like that one.
Yeah, I do too. Katie.
Oh yeah, I like this one too. Again, just capturing a moment that.
Exactly. Going to say
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I really think, and obviously, is it a ukulele?
Yeah. Oh no, I think it. Oh yeah, maybe it is.
Or just maybe a kid's guitar.
Yeah.
Almost just looks. I mean, it looks like it could be a normal. Could be an adult with a normal sized guitar, but it's a child with a child sized guitar, and I really love that. He just looks so grown up there doing his tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Just the story of it, the fact he's strumming it's one thing, but the fact he's doing the detailed tuning. It's again seeing someone in their world. He's not he might be, who knows, but I feel like in this photograph he's not aware that I'm here so close looking at him. Do you know what I mean? Which the photography, that's what I like transport me to someone who shows me their complete kind of honesty. And the photo has done for sure.
It looks like quite a wide angle lens as well, which I like because it's almost like you capture the outside of the subject as well. And also, I'm not sure if it was intentional, but if you're going for the color wheel, you've nailed it because you've got the red and the yellow and the blue just in that like little middle bit, which is quite lovely. You've nailed the primary colors there.
It's so interesting chatting to you. Yeah, because I wouldn't have I'm looking at the red on the composition, and now I'm really starting to see that, and even the little red on his finger, like the nail varnish on his thumb. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I hadn't seen that. Yeah. Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, I really like it. I suppose, brilliant. I was gonna say if you wanted to tidy it up a bit, to just have, but I kind of like the cushions. But I was gonna say if you were to move the camera around slightly and just have the subject there in the middle and not have the cushions.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do talk a lot about that sometimes, and then you do move the cushion, then you miss the moment or whatever. But yeah, I definitely, it doesn't bother me loads, but I definitely know what you mean. Yeah, just to clean it up a bit. Okay, Victoria.
Oh, Victoria, yes. I actually wrote this down because I don't know if you or any of the women have seen Grayson's Art Club, but this really reminded me of a photographer called Nancy Collentine. She took photos of playground. And actually this just reminded me so much of her work, and it's just, yeah, very real, very honest.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, she was taking photos in lockdown, and she took photos of these red swings and all taped up, and Grayson's Art Club is brilliant. I loved that show.
Yeah.
But this really reminded me of her work. She worked in a very kind of documentary style, and yeah, I don't know, Victoria, if you know these people, but I just think it's quite a real photo. I think it's lovely.
And
Kind
now
of
you've to the colour wheel, blue, red and yellow.
Yes, exactly. And how lovely that the jumper and the trousers are the same kind of mustardy colour.
Oh
I think,
yes. And the
yeah,
green
it's really
background.
clever.
Gosh, yeah, the colour really works. And so when I first saw this photo, I mean, again, I think it's a really complicated composition to nail, and she's, you know, somehow nailed it. Like there's so many lines going everywhere, and she's really, I don't know. I think it's a challenge photographing, you know, scenes like this. It's not easy. There's so much information and layers in it.
Yeah.
I think it's worked. And in terms of the documentary, I love the fact, you know, what you said, like it's as if the camera's not there, which is a perfect documentary shot.
So lovely. I think that as well, Victoria's nailed the depth. So obviously the lady standing further back is taller, so it actually complements and the little boy is further forward. So it's not like he looks smaller; he's just further forward. I just think it's quite cleverly composed, even if it was accidental. And something that I miss in my own photos, I shoot quite low aperture, and I'm trying to shoot more high aperture because I think it's actually really beautiful being able to see the whole playground, and both of these people, though they're standing quite far apart, are in focus really clearly, and I like that.
Yeah, I think there's something, shooting low can end up being quite a lazy compositional technique, or lazy, can be a bit lazy, you know, like where you're guaranteed kind of beautiful close-up shots, whereas I think wider and, you know, f11 are a lot kind of harder to kind of coordinate, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that's challenging, and I think it's actually important to take that challenge on and to make an interesting image, which is definitely like this one. And I also love the red pole that goes through the right corner. I really like that.
Yeah, it really works. Right, lovely. Really, really very, very good, Victoria. Really, really good. Okay, Tracy.
Oh, Tracy, yeah. Do you know, I thought this was quite Martin Parr too. It was very yeah, I really liked it. I love the I don't even know what you'd call it, to be honest, but it's just a building, and it's just something. I think it's got it. And I like that the lady's kind of right in the middle of it, but she doesn't really look like she's right in the middle of it. When you first look at it, I didn't really think of her as being dead in the center, but she is. And there's just
she's slightly to the
is she slightly to the right? I don't know. But then if you, I don't know actually.
I don't know. I'm going to measure it.
I'm fingers on this.
She's slightly.
No, maybe she's not. Maybe she's slightly to the right. But I love it. I think it's very British. I like the red of the post boxes and the red of the barbershop wheel too.
And the matching like spinny. What's it called? Like the spinny stripe thing and his stripy trousers. Like.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I also, is she wearing a mask? I think she is.
I think she is.
Again, I like that kind of capturing time thing, because I think
it's really interesting, because this didn't jump out to me as Martin Parr, but now you said it, it's so Martin Parr. You're so right.
And
also he did. So when I introduce the challenges, I kind of go through a couple of like well-known photographers and, you know, show them kind of just some ideas, just to kind of set off some kind of inspiration, really. And one of the series Martin Parr did, which I hadn't seen before, was a pillar box series where it was like pillar boxes like in Scotland in the middle of nowhere and stuff.
Oh, how low! I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, do. It's really interesting. And again, red and green. Now we're talking about colour theory. That's. I really like this, Tracy. It's really good. I like it even more now. I can see Martin Parr. It's so good. And again, like we said about the others, of its time, of where we are now and stuff.
Yeah. And also cleverly, the bricks are all straight, I think, more or less. I mean, it looks almost like a very old building to have nailed that, but the bricks are straight, which is good. That's a real tough thing to get sometimes.
And all the colours, actually, yeah, all the colours are the British flag. Like,
Oh yeah, so they are. Yeah, love that.
yeah, I love it. Really good, Tracy.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yum. This actually made me salivate. That's what I thought. I think I wrote that down.
I might have wrote that as well.
I really like that the focal point is on the strawberry, and you can see that really clearly. I think that helps too. It makes you taste the photo, I think.
Yeah.
If that was the intention, you've definitely nailed it, because it just looks delicious, and definitely enjoying that strawberry, aren't they?
And I like the abstract of it, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's not pretty. You know what I mean? It's not like this, you know, like it's like the lips are like, you know, stretching over this. Like it's a really abstract close up. Like you never normally this close up to that. I don't know. It's so good. It really makes me feel. And so, yeah, you've totally nailed it, Carrie. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's really strong.
I also love the shadows. I think that that helps. I mean, it just works really well. I love dark shadows anyway, but it definitely, and look at those eyelashes. Oh,
Yeah.
they're just gorgeous. Yeah, I really like this image. Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Again, the blue, nice little bit of blue there.
Now you said it, I can really see it. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Carrie. Really good.
And Carrie.
Zoe.
Yes, this one actually I thought was very interesting in terms of color theory, because I love the fading, and if you look in the top, I hadn't seen it at first, but it's almost like a tealy blue in between the scales,
Yeah.
and that's also reflected in the
White.
I guess in the inside of the eye, and the hue around the bottom of the eye as well. Like it's almost like a. Can you see it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like the reflection. I'm wondering if there's like a blue wall nearby, or if they've actually got blue in there with the eye.
Yeah.
But I really like the colours in this, definitely.
And it's a real, like, I really like it because it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like it totally nails the brief. Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't a typical motherhood shot, I guess. So yeah, it was just thinking outside the box, really. Do you know what I mean? And just super close up. Like they could have done a wide. She could have done a wide shot, or you know, just had it in the frame. But she's just gone right in and done close up. And I just, yeah, it's just looking at things differently, which you know, I'm always inspired to see that in other people's work. You know, and so yeah, you've inspired me, Zoe.
Absolutely. Do we think it's a dinosaur?
I don't think it's her husband.
Yeah, I love the green of the eye and the blue of the hue. I don't hue or the shadows. I'm not really sure what they are, but it's just lovely colours in there, and yeah, definitely out of the box, that one.
Yeah, well done, Zoe. Good. Creeper,
right? Yes. Oh, I like this one a lot. This reminded me of my village in Kennington, and the sad demise of the poor old Royal Mail, which, yeah, it needs a bit of love, this one. We need an Olympian in that village to go paint this one gold, I think. But no, I like the composition. I like that it's slightly off to the right.
Yeah.
And I think that the plants behind it, I think it could do with being a little bit lighter, but I think I can tell that they're green, or they're definitely meant to be green. It's almost like a green and red, and there's not many other colours in there, which I like.
Yeah, or not necessarily lighter, but just some more colour. So dark, fine, but yes, no, I do agree with you actually. And now I've had my lesson in green and red. That would definitely complement the red that we see. And it doesn't have to be too bright or anything, but just a little bit more, because at the moment it just all looks black.
Yeah.
I think was probably her intention, but yes, I do agree with you on that. Well done, Creeper. Trudy.
Oh yes. Yeah, I really like this image as well. I thought this reminded me a little bit of yours, Philippa, as well. I think that it's a very beautiful, honest home image. Is she making jelly? I think almost looks like jelly. It looks like she's got her hair in there. Is she dyeing her hair?
Oh, actually, yes, she is dyeing. I remember Trudy saying she's dyeing her hair.
Ah, do you know, I was convinced I'd written jelly here.
Yeah, it could
Jelly.
be.
No, I really like this image. I think it's really strong. I love the it does look like maybe morning light, or the lighting is lovely on that side of her face. And yeah, and the red definitely works. What do you think, P?
Yeah, I everything you say, I really like this picture. I like the composition. I like the clutter in the background, but it's out of focused. And I like the fact that, yeah, it looks like jelly. And then I love a photo when you think one thing and then you stare at it a bit longer and you're like, oh, no, she's actually dyeing her hair.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
it's the natural thing in the world, you know. And so for me, I just think it's a really delicate, well put together portrait of her daughter. So, and in fact, Trudy, I think this is one of the best photos you've taken. Like, I really do. Obviously, you don't know the rest of her work, but yeah, I want to see more like this from you, Trudy, because it's really gentle and lovely.
Yeah.
And I think everything that you said, like the composition, the light, everything's soft and calm, and yeah, it's a really strong photo. And definitely one to put on your wall, Trudy. It's really good.
It's beautiful. If I could say one thing,
Go for it.
It's not even really a criticism. It's just that there is the red outside of the red that we want to be drawn to, like in the background. Just, I'm not sure what it is, like a spatula or something. There's a few red things, and I think almost you can get away with the other colors. But I think if you were to remove the reds, then it would definitely draw your eyes more to the red that's in the center.
Yeah, and actually now you've said, like you said at photography school or whatever, that you got told don't put red in a picture because that's what your eye drawn. And now that blob of red in the background, I can now really see, even though I have no idea where it is, but you can see it. So
I almost wish he hadn't told me that, because it's such an annoying thing to think, isn't it? I don't think I would have noticed it. And then every time I see it, but I do think that it works so well. But then, yeah, in situations like this, just to take away the background, like I don't even think you would need to tidy up, but just to not have any red in the image would definitely draw into the red that you intend to have there. If that makes sense.
No, that's really good to point that out, and a really good tip for us all to move forward with. Okay, well done, Trudy. And last one, Sarah.
Oh, I like this one. So fun. Definitely summer. Love the green in there. You've got the blue. You've got the blue of the sky as well, which looks lovely.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, and the wellies, definitely just a really, really fun image. Makes me think of summer.
Yeah. No, I agree. I love movement. We did have we had a challenge on movement, actually. So what's really nice is, like, as we start doing the challenges, we can see the other challenges almost have an influence as well, which is lovely.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
So by the end of the 12 months, we are going to have this wealth of, knowledge of, adding more things into our photographs, which is fantastic. And so thanks for also, opening our eyes to colour theory and stuff, because now we've gone through it, I can now see it in every photo. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad.
Right, well done, Sarah. Really, really good. Right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to come back to you for a chat. Oh, sorry, it's going to go all weird for a minute. Blah. Hi.
Oh, can you see me now?
I can see you now. I know, it's really annoying. We will get this sorted one day. So, well done, everyone. Hannah, you now have the very tricky decision of choosing a winner. Do you have a winner even?
Oh, I do. It was hard because honestly, they're all brilliant images, and yeah, I kind of want to be part of the gang now. I want to be doing.
I know. I think we need to for a colour theory, actually. Maybe can we borrow you for a colour theory kind of workshop or something?
Yeah, God. Okay. I mean, well, yeah, I love that. I'm gonna brush up on my colour theory. I'm gonna buy a book.
You're on there.
But okay, my winner.
Drum roll.
Oh, sorry. My winner, and oh no, I want to make sure I've got her surname up there as well, so that because I just I'm not sure if there's
So I think I know who your winner is going to be.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
Only
wondering who
your
you
style, but you tell me. You tell me who the winner is.
Eliza McLaughlin.
Oh, Eliza! That is brilliant. Right.
Is it Eliza or Elisa? I'm very
Elisa,
sorry.
Elisa, sorry. I don't know why I called her Eliza.
I'm so sorry, Elisa, but I thought that your photo was brilliant. I think it might be something personal. I think it just it reminds me a little bit of images of my brother when he was a child. I love I love the color of it. I love the little yellow foot, but we can't see the other foot. And I love the rain. I just think, I really enjoy that image. So yeah, but obviously, just well done to everybody really for taking part and for doing it. Because I just thought they were brilliant.
Well done, Elisa. Like really good. And she hasn't won before, so it's fantastic.
Oh, fab.
It's such a great image. Really, really good. So I thought you were going to choose Belen, actually, because I know you do a lot of or you used to, maybe not so much, more like travel photography and stuff. And so I thought this is quite a little bit in your, not your style, so to speak, but your vision kind of thing.
You're right. Yeah. And, I did say I would frame that image. I would have that on my wall. I love it. I do love it. And I think it's a brilliant piece of art. And yeah, and I love that one too. I love them all.
I know.
I can keep going. That one. That's so good.
This is my favorite image.
Oh,
purely because of the it's so out there, and I'm so intrigued, and it's almost like fine art photography, which is I'm definitely not there, but I'm definitely starting to look a little bit more at. So yeah, so I thought I'd share like those other ones just for people to kind of hear our Emily was saying, it's really interesting for everyone to hear like our different opinions and thoughts. But there is only one winner, so Elisa, it is yours. Big hugs in the post. So well done. Right, I'm going to stop sharing now. Ooh, no, I'm not. Oh my God, one day this will happen so seamlessly. Yay, so I'm back. Hannah, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
All the way to Australia. I will definitely get on the case of borrowing you for a little colour theory workshop. I think the women would love that.
That would be great. Yeah, I'd love that.
Where can people find you? You gave us your IG and website. Is it
website is hellohan.com. Han is with a double N at the end, HANN, and then hello_Han on Instagram. Or I think you can search Hannah Pye. So you search my name and I think I'll come up, I hope.
Perfect. We'll put some links in and stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Reach out and say hello, because just drop me a DM. I'd love to see your work and have a chat. If you want to have a chat, I'm here.
Oh, well done. Oh yeah. So ladies, do get in touch with Hannah. She's well, an amazing photographer, and got great advice. So yeah. Right. See you soon, my love.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.